Hello again, everyone, and welcome back here to PTM Racing TV, where we're live here tonight with our boys from the Fast and Fun IROC series right now, as they are currently getting all settled up down here on the show, getting ready to rock and roll here as we're getting ready to see what they can come up with here on the Texas road course. Let's go ahead and take a look at our gridding order right now before we get to the action live here to start. James Marauder Harris will be in the number 4 is outside. Greg Zangi's Fam Janzik is the 21. Then outside, the next rows is John Thacker in the 56 outside. Stephen Clegg in the 22. Row 3, it's Kevin Kuchar in the old 91. Here it is Kevin Kuchar, excuse me. And the 91 is outside. The 34 of Robert DeMoy and Lawrence. Row 4 is Richard Fornshell. The number 90 is outside Garth Snyder in the 88. Row number 5, George Young in the 48. And then outside is going to be Dan Starner in the 14. Row number 6, Sheldon Pierce in the 8. And then John the Diamondback Diamond in the 19. As we are getting ready now to go up on the race. We'll just call them as we go here. We're going back on. We're going. Here we go. And I'm going to say right now to my Facebook folks, I apologize in advance for not going live here, but hope you don't mind that it's on YouTube. Pulling down around the turn already. Oh no, Janzik, he's already off the track. He lost in the turn there, completely rammed around, couldn't have anywhere to go. As they will ring them back in through and through here. They are going to have 49 minutes on the clock to complete. Everybody in a hot pursuit out of the gate here off the start. James Marauder Harris has the early advantage here. The guys are on the Facebook page and you're seeing this for the first time live in a while. Well, first off, thanks again for tuning on in and hope you're enjoying it. So everything looks pretty clear on our end, at least. Everything's okay on that spot, so at least that's somewhat good news around here. Remember, these guys are running a bit of an enduro type style here tonight, so that's one thing they're going to have to battle with all night long is the endurance part of the world and kind of the racing here. It's been kind of a crazy start already with the way things played out. Greg Zanzik already going out of that little corner there, losing it completely, which brings me to my next conclusion. We're going to take a look at that here in a minute, see what happened exactly when he got into troublesome territory. It's going to be interesting to see what went wrong there on that start. And I don't know what exactly might have happened, but here's the PTMS replay to catch all the action here once more. We'll see what happens. So they come around that turn here, down that little stretch of road, angling it down that back straightaway, then into the road course part. And he just didn't even get it turned in. He was literally on the brake and nothing went. This tells you a lot about what happens around here. And then there was another issue there that came from Russell Fulbor Kilgore. This was a little later on right here. You can see what happens. They come into that turn. Bowling man Robert Lawrence gets a nice tag and a half there from the Kilgore and sends him for a little bit of a ride and sends him in. And you can see the damage already done there on Kilgore there. He's got a lot of problems with this one right here. So again, if you're probably wondering at home right now, well, why are these guys running on the road course, or what's up with this? Well, they had to do a road course eventually. They weren't going to just do the ovals all the time. That's why we're kind of out here doing our own thing right now and kind of doing a little bit of a different situation. But as you see, Richard Fornshell, a little bit of problems there, sends him around, which then gets a little bit of a tiptoe here around from the drivers. We're going to see what happens here as he comes around that corner inside, looking in. He had the Diamondback, Jonathan Diamond right there, but unfortunately he just overdrove the turn and sends that old bad boy for a ride. That was your PTM Instant Replay right now as we're still up on the game here, and Stephen Clegg with some issues as well, looks like. We're not going to keep going back and forth between these guys. We only have so much time we can work with here. Garth Snyder, Fornshell out of here a little bit. Fornshell and those two just going right in between each other, and Garth Snyder, man, just tagging the cones around here like it's nothing. I don't know what he's doing down there. Well, they'll wheel him down around here, down across that straightaway once more. The backstretch, Dan the Man Starner having a pretty solid race so far. He's in third at the moment with Eli the Wild Child in his sights here. The old child camp looking to possibly take it away from him. We'll go on board with him. This track is just extremely difficult to try to work around, trying to get around anything here. And for good reason, by every means of the imagination. This is just one of those tracks that you have to make sure you're timing it just right, make sure you're getting everything dialed in here. As you see right now there, Will and the Man Starner and Child's going out a little bit. Starner falling back a little bit with Jonathan the Diamondback now right back on the game plan, which is to just move through the field and hope for the best when all is said and done. And so far, I think it seems to be working for him. Good moves on his end and good racing all around here so far. They'll pace him down around. Sheldon Pearson in the number 8 having a pretty solid effort to get up there to old James Harris. I wouldn't say Craig Zanzik because he was already in there earlier. James Marauder Harris, though, is in trouble. The Sheldon Pearson camp coming right up to him now. This is what the IROC series is all about. Now, it's been a while since we've live streamed here on YouTube here in quite some time, but like I say, it's definitely an honor and a pleasure to come back out here and show this one in all of its glory. As I lead him on in, a little bit of problem down there. Looks like for the man beast here, William Mann Jr. crashed in hard. And that one will definitely bring out the PTM instant replay. We'll see what happened here between him and the track itself. So they're going to lead right in. You can see the smoke coming from the Janzik there. He's just fighting his way back around. William Mann. Little spin, a tumble, a fumble, and a McDumble there. There he goes. He goes around. He had nowhere to go. That was the PTM instant replay. As we get back to the show right now, leading into the field. Let's get a look at this road course here, man. You see that front straight of that elongated stretch of road, which then leads down to the backstretch area. And here's where things get really interesting. You can just see right there, they don't have that little turn in anymore. They have this basically this huge spot where they have to kind of corner in quickly. And then they'll have this nice little area bank, kind of similar to what Roval is there and what Daytona road course is. But the problem is the Charlotte Roval is you have more kind of upper leaning areas, kind of more up the hill type turns, whereas this one, it's all flat based and kind of rounded. It's fun for what it is, but it can also be a bit of a challenge if you're not careful. So, and you can just see how hard these drivers work their way through the field, having to tame in those cars and those machines. Of course, those IROCs, those FX Daytona setup signs here, those prototypes, if you will. Beautiful looking pieces of equipment, but they're definitely a handful when things get a little dicey and hairy out there. Get on board camera here with Sheldon Pearson. Sheldon has never won here off PTM Racing TV, so it's going to be interesting to see what he can come up with here as he makes a big jump around the Marauder, James Harris, and him. Harris had no power coming from what Sheldon Pearson was bringing in. I'm not sure if Harris is trying to lay off on the tires for the moment, or maybe he's just trying to see what happens later on. But man, he just completely gunned it around there. Right, teammates around it. Oh, on a turn, the corner there, on a turn. He ends up taking him around in turn 3. Sheldon Pearson gets wham jammed, and no thank you, ma'am. Sheldon Pearson gets smacked completely out of existence. The Marauders just completely tore it up in there and got him good. Let's see what happened here on the PTM instant replay. Lord knows we need to look at this one from a close angle. You see how slow and how hard he's braking. That chopper cam having a hard time catching, and James just dumps him right out. Obviously, I don't think he meant to do it, but you see that front end just completely shovel-chinned him out. That was PTM instant replay, and well, I gotta believe right now that we're probably not too happy about that one. Richard Fornshell currently in the nice spot, trying to look in here as Eli, the Wild Child, looking to possibly get another victory in. He wants to go back-to-back here tonight. He won back the iRacing Super Speedway, and now he's got the Texas Motor Speedway road course in his sights as they lead it down around the corners here. Back them on in. They're on the throttle, on the momentum, hard on the corners. Eli looking for an opening there. James may not give it to him. I think Eli might be thinking to corner in quickly. Will he do what James did? No. He's like, I don't play that kind of way, James. I race my tail end up, but I don't play that role. He keeps it nice and stable. Does not do anything too crazy here. Good driving on his end. Good position. As they lead him back in and around right now. Eli, the wild child's pretty much trying to stay with it, trying to stay to the corner ends of the spectrum. Load him back up, and now Childs with the big pass around. He gets a nice corner off that entry, tight turn there. 90-degree angle pretty much, if you will. It makes a nice jump into position. Eli, the wild Childs, now takes over the race lead. We have ourselves for the second time, or third time I say tonight, a new leader, as Eli will take back the race lead from the Marauder himself. But the Marauder doesn't play too nice to that. He says, oh, you want to play that game here, huh? Well, I'll put that front bumper to your rear, and I'm going to put it right into the wind. He hammers down, gets a nice position off that, gets a good run or two. Starting to pull away a slight bit here and making sure he can stick with it. And Marauder will do just that. Eli, the wild child, falls back a little bit. Back around once more here, and the Marauders down just starting to get a little more comfy out there, and that's something you don't want to see here. In the back of the pack, Jonathan Diamondback here having a little bit of a tussle or two, being 5 seconds ahead here. But right behind Drake Zanzik, who's currently dealing with him here, and behind all of them is John Thacker, the attacker of Cone Lives Matter, and Sheldon Pearson, who, you know, say what you will, but Sheldon Pearson right now would be in that race lead if it weren't for the fact that little tag or two there from old Harris just ends up costing him big time there. Still 38 minutes left on the clock right now currently, as we load them on in, getting settled up. Sheldon trying possibly to get up there to Pearson, trying to get up to Thacker, I should say. Remember, this is kind of an enduro, if you will, of a style racing where there's 38 minutes left on the clock that they have to go through and deal with. And as they lead it back in towards the field right now, looks like there might be a position or two here for Pearson as Thacker tries to hang with him, tries to keep his momentum alive, keeping it at bay. Both drivers hard on the throttle, hard on the gas. Neither one wants to quit here, though. Back him into that corner once again. Pearson, nice delivery, nicely done. There's problems though for the Diamondback. Jonathan Diamond spun out. Before we go to the PTM replay, we want to make sure we see what happens with Thacker and him here. Thacker is catching up quickly. He's making a big move up. He wants to make a big jump in there around the Diamondback. Can Jonathan hold off? Looks like he will do just that. He's got one more turn to make before we find out for sure. See him having to hold off, kind of leading in, then there you go, tight, get cornered in just right. And it looks like Thacker actually has a little bit of trouble because Pearson almost catching him right off that spot. Now we can go to the PTM replay and find out what exactly happened here to Jonathan as he was coming around that corner. Looked like maybe he just got a little too anxious there and got a little too off the throttle. And we're going to see it here as he rings it around. Yeah, bring it around town, and there you go. Spin her around, and there's nowhere to go. That was the PTM Instant Replay in all of its glory as we get back to the live feed here. 36 minutes still left on the clock for these drivers, as the Wild Child takes on the Marauder once again. And if I ever said there would need to be a grudge match around here, I think it's going to be this one here, man. These guys definitely need a grudge match or two. The fact that they haven't yet is just amazing to me. But, I mean, those grudge matches are just stunned as me are fun. They are just an absolute blast to deal with and crazy to be around. And speaking of crazy to be around and having to deal with, Greg Janzik back on the hunt. He's got something coming for the boys. You think maybe he might want a little bit of revenge for earlier on Harris? Is he going to be that kind of guy? I don't think he will be. You know, not trying to predict anything, but I'm just saying, you know, it's very possible around here. Well, we'll see what happens here right now as Eli the Wild Child now has a little bit of work to do. James Marauder Harris looking for a little bit of a gap, little shooting of the position. Sneaks his way in, and now Janzik right on it as well. 3-car battle for the race lead as they come out at turn 3. Now they'll hit it down in turn 4. 3 wide slowed on a road course. You got to be kidding me. And Giles this time, though, won't catch that one. He won't get that break off it. He loses in the turn. Now it is the Marauder in the Janzik's camp. Janzik full throttle assault. Literally just made him work for that one. Had nothing for him. There looks to be a little bit of damage on Harris's car there. And if that is the case, that's going to slow him down tremendously here. And see right there. No, looks like everything's okay on it. Same can't quite be said about William Mann Jr. though. Gets spun around there, and once more we're going to go to the PTM Instant Replay and find out what happened here. See what went wrong with him on this end. Here's the PTM Instant Replay and all its glory. Once again, it's out of that turn 3, man. This comes into turn 3 and he just overdrove it. I think that corner of that front panel is what's hurting him right now. I think that's what's making him spin around so quickly. Whatever the case may be, it's definitely not helping him all, that's for sure. And I'll tell you right now, James Marauder Harris got to be fuming right now with how fast Janzik is, but Janzik gave an opening up to Harris. Or did he? He really didn't have much going for him in that turn. I don't know if Harris may not have just built in enough momentum or cornered off just right, but it didn't stick the way I think he was hoping for. And now Dan the Man Starner into the grassy plains, opens up his own lawn care service. You got to get out of there, dude. He's able to get out of there quickly, but here comes a pack of hungry wolves right behind him. John the Attacker, Cone Lives Matter Thacker having to deal with old Sheldon Pearson, the number 8 right now as they build him up around once again Jason Taylor in the 51, stabilizing himself in way back in the field, I should say, but currently trying to catch up with them. You see the Diamondback, Jonathan Diamond, trying to fall in line, get back into this. And again, to those at home that were expecting to be on Facebook Live here tonight, I do apologize in advance. Again, what happened was, for those at home that were not aware, I'll tell you in a minute. But because right now we got a battle here between the Attacker of Cone Lives Matter and Sheldon Pearson. Thacker and Pearson going at it here as they rocket them down out of turn 2. And now down into where it should be turn 3. That's back straight away. Nope, forget that. We're going to take a complete 180 around. Just sender, boys. Pearson did not get the run he wanted off that. Thacker had a much better position. It looks like a little bit of troubles for the Diamondback. He saw smoke coming there for a moment. The mullet man, Robert Lawrence, with problems of his own as well here with 32 minutes on the clock. We're going to go to the replay here and see what happened to the mullet man here. I think he might have gone into the old cone barriers there. He might be trying to follow in the footsteps of Mr. Thacker around here. That's hard to say. And see right here, yep, he just completely went off track and completely off center there. Thankfully everything was okay on his end to recover and get back to it. As the yellow flag does come on out now, so we will finally give a little bit of a break or two and get things settled up in here and see the amount of laps there. That's not the actual timed laps, by the way, that these drivers get to have. They're basically just kind of going off whatever they can get here tonight. Let's talk with the old Zanny fan. We haven't heard from him in a while. So Janzik right now on the call list here and coming to you live on YouTube Live at the moment. How's things going here for you here on the PTM Racing TV?
Hey, not too bad. I love turning right. I'm excited I get to do it 2 nights in a row. Tomorrow night at the Glen and the Cup Cars is going to be a blast, just as much fun as this was. Screwed up turn 1. So that's one is always the best place to screw up because that means you got the maximum amount of race to get yourself back, and that's just what I've done here at this stage caution. So we're going to come get some fresh tires because I am flat out of grip in the rear, and we'll have the last 20 minutes or so as a good shootout.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Janzik, great to have you on board, and best of wishes and luck here to get around this track.
Hey, you two, well, not you two, I guess. That's one of those dumb Facebook things you'll see as a meme. But either way, yeah, hope the broadcast is going well, and thanks to all the followers out there.
Broadcast going well, and well, for the fact we're on YouTube, actually doesn't look too bad compared to Facebook. So I think just a little heads up when you guys go back and watch this.
Hey, good stuff. Can't wait.
Awesome. Thank you again, Jantic. Ladies and gentlemen, Drake Zaney, fan Jantic, taking the time to talk with us here right now on that 21. Let's go ahead and have a word here with the Diamondback, Jonathan Diamond. Now, Jonathan Diamond, man, right now, currently, have you on the call list here, man. You've been having kind of a on and off kind of race here tonight. What's been going down there in that 39? Having a little bit of spin around or two every now and then.
Yeah, that first spin around, Daniel in front of me got a little loose, and I tapped him, and it just sent my car to the right, which was weird. And that second time, if you get in the third gear going into that turn, you're not going to make it. And I don't know why I went in the third gear.
For sure there, but with all that said and done, what's going to be the goal coming into the final laps here?
From the looks of it, I'm better than Daniel from the looks of it, so I think top 4 is where I should be aiming.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless here, man, anything you got to say to your friends and family here tonight?
And just thanks everybody for watching.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, the Diamondback, John the Diamond, taking the time to talk with us here as he gets it out of pit road, getting all centered and squared away. We'll now bring it down to the man that has been trying to redeem himself and try to have clarity by opening up the Racing Bible and looking at the Lord of Speeds verses, but he still has yet to clear himself of his sins of the cones he has devoured and tortured. But Mr. Thacker, how are you today, sir?
Oh, I'm all right. I'm doing well.
Doing well until you just did that.
Yeah, that's what in what verse is that? Don't hit the cone.
It is Excel Chronicles verses 8. When in times of need, the cone must matter as much as anything else on the track. Trust in the power of speed, and you'll see Thacker just whack them all out back.
I like it. Yeah, this is not typically my style of racing here, Chris. I will tell you, I'm a little out of my element. But I got some new V3s, so it's a little bit better than it could have been.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Thacker, new V3s put into good use and put into good work, and obviously your Cone Lives Matter movement being destroyed as well while you're at it. So why not? But nevertheless, Thacker, great to have you on board, and thanks for taking the time to talk with us here, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and y'all have a good day. Enjoy the show.
You too, buddy. John, the attacker, Cone Lives Matter, Thacker, having a word or two here. Let's go ahead and have him bring a little word in here with Sheldon Pearson. And Sheldon, I know the start was looking pretty strong out of the gate, but then you got tangled up there with Harris here. What are you going to do to get back out of here?
I got to get by this freaking Thacker first, man.
You about to say
this guy?
He's all over. He's kind of all on the runs, ain't he?
He's like passing Ryan Newman. I'm telling you. No, I think we got a pretty good chance here. Get back up there. Surely somebody's screwing up turn 3 on this one.
I was about to say, this one seems like it'll happen eventually. That turn 3 seems to be a cruel mistress to everybody. So, but nevertheless, Sheldon, great to have you on board, and best of luck getting to the end here, man.
All right, thanks, man. Have a good one.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Sheldon Pearson there in the number 8, having a little word or two with us right now as we bring in the wild child himself, Eli Childs. And Eli, man, currently as you're trying to find your way around the track, you get a field in. You had a good battle there with Harris, but now you got to deal with Janzik. You think got something for him here, or do you think old Zanny Fam's just going to be a pain in the butt here in this one?
Oh, he's going to pull away by like 5 seconds, unless I wreck him going into turn 3, which could happen. But
I mean, that's easy. That's not too hard to say because pretty much everyone and their mother's done it already. But you know.
Oh yeah. I was going to stay out there, but when they got behind me, I locked up the left front for about a half a mile, so figured it wasn't a good idea.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, being live here on YouTube Live, I mean, let's be honest with you, it doesn't look any more different than Facebook, but we will put the YouTube up on Facebook as well just to kind of clear things up. So, but nevertheless, Childs, it's great to have you on board and see how things are going for you. Thanks for taking the time to talk with us, bud.
Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely. As Eli the Wild Childs will try to lay back into it, get things all settled up, we'll now bring it down and talk with our man Stephen Clegg here. And Stephen, I mean, from racing on the ovals to the road courses, I gotta believe it's a little bit different besides the fact we're on YouTube Live instead of Facebook Live like we were supposed to.
Yeah, this is totally different for us. It's a good change of pace. It's fun. I enjoy it.
For sure there. Now, just heads up as well, we will we'll put the YouTube on Facebook as well after the race. We'll try to get that loaded up as quick as possible. But nevertheless, what's going to be the main thing you're looking for on this restart with these guys here?
I want to keep it clean, and I actually just want to keep it clean from here on out. It's no more cautions, so no more makeups. It's time to go.
Time to go indeed. We're going to get you back in. Good luck down there, buddy.
All right, thank you.
Stephen Clegg there in the L22 machine as they go off the restart. Green flag is out. And the Zanny fam will have the old Eli the Wild Child to deal with. The Wild Child and the Zanny fam at it. But this is where trouble's going to start. Here comes turn 3. No, don't do 3 wide around here. Oh my. Hammering down. Jantic managed to keep it clear of problems. But there's major problems right behind them. 3 drivers involved in this one. George Young, Garth Snyder, and Jonathan Diamond crashed in the infield. And now looks like Starner. Just a whole lot of momentum coming off that run there. He managed to make a beautiful turn 4 and now into the slippery slope, as I'm going to call it, of the turns, which leads now into turns 7 and 8 and 9, if you will. They'll hammer down off those exits and try to run their way through. Child's looking for an opening or two as they bring it back in. Jantic is not ran away from this one yet. Dan Starner is right on the corner panel. Oh, as I say that, though, he gets it too loose out of the turn. He ends up losing it. And looks like the Diamondback's going to give him a little bit of a tag and a half for it. Not a good night if you're a Jonathan Diamond fan, or if you're one of the guys out here trying to just to survive. These cars are having a beatdown, if you will. William Mann Jr. right on the spot down the road. Here comes Stephen Blake there in the 22, trying to possibly keep it clean, keep it clear of issues. Loading him on up, running it down and around, trying to make a move or two. The man beast trying to become that sexy hoe beast around here. And trying to make a move as he learns it through down at turn 3. His mom told me to say that, by the way, not me. James Marauder Harris now, the Marauder himself, looking to take down the Cone Lives Matter movement and the attack that he has been brought upon it, the Brad Thacker camp. But Thacker doing a tremendous job staying right in the throttle, staying in the momentum. You can just see how hard these guys are cornering in on these turns. It's crazy to see how they handle these things and how they do around here. And that was a beautiful pass there by Harris. Saw an opening, dives it in, and makes a jump around Thacker. The back of the pack here, the field's starting to get back into somewhat normality. Jonathan Diamond, give him credit after that little spin around. He's fought his way back up into the 10th, and he's moving his way up into the 8th slot. Or Robert the Mullen Man Lawrence and Stephen Clegg are going at it here. Jumping back into position now, the attacker, John Thacker, being put back as Jason Taylor in the 51, up 11 spots. He's the hard charger so far. Next to Eli the Wild Child. Childs right now is your main man. And 22 minutes left on the clock here will definitely signify that. Packed fans here on the chat right now. Great to have you all on board. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. We don't usually do YouTube Live around here anymore. It's kind of a little throwback or two. Kind of great to be back here, but I'll be honest with you, when we were saying it, we were trying to get this onto Facebook Live, but what I was trying to explain earlier was, God, the Mullet Man would stop making moves around here. These guys just keep making so many moves. I can't even talk for crying out loud about what happened. Loading their way around. Robert the Mullet Man Lawrence now making a charge and a half here. Makes a good pass there. And now John Thacker looks like he's going to the outside, looking in, going to try to stay with the run, stay in it. Yes, he does. Gets a nice position in there, and William Mann Jr. right there with him. All right, now try to actually get this out of the way here. So what happened is we were coming in from the broadcast there out Pushing Limits Racing League, but because of how late it was and how long it took, when we try to end that stream and then get back into the next one, because Facebook did do a little bit of adjusting and some updates here, unfortunately we had no way of getting that updated quick enough and done in time. So we told the boys here in the IROC series, we're gonna try to get things, put back into place, and we'll probably put we're gonna put the replay back on YouTube as long as it'll allow us from Facebook. But unfortunately, like I said, we just couldn't go live on Facebook where our bigger crowds is. So hopefully you guys are tuned in from there and watching with us right now. I do apologize in advance though for not catching that up on our show. Usually where you see the image just a little bit more clean, but hey, this is still pretty good nonetheless. Loading him on in around once more out of the corners here. Eli the Wild Child's having to deal with Janzik here. Janzik and him. Oh, contact made big time there. And Sheldon Pearson has the race lead. Why did Sheldon take the race lead over? Holy cow. Man, these guys are just making moves left and right. I don't even know who's where at this point. But Sheldon did say he was looking for an opening when it came out of that first turn. He got it there. My gosh, the damage there on Childs is just tremendous. He's got a front end completely clipped off on that thing. It is broken badly. The Marauder, James Terrace, now right there with these two. We got a battle for second. Pushing and shoving back up to the front. Harris with a big kick and a half there to Childs. Janzik right now rear with him. Leading it in. I think Harris looking for a move on the outside, maybe to make a daily double here. We'll see as Pearson makes a nice smooth turn. Harris right in there, makes it around Childs, and Harris will get the advantage. Or will he? Childs crossover. Here it does. Oh, grudge match. I'm starting to see it now. I'll make some money off these guys. And Harris, well, he didn't quite appreciate that little crossover too much, so he says, how about one for you there, old buddy? Big maneuver there by the Marauder. He takes back his position as Craig's Anti-Fam Janzik right now trying desperately to catch back up to Pearson, but we go on board with him. As you can see, the pack of the pack right in front. Leading their way on in. It right now is currently Sheldon Pearson having his go at this one. Keeping a nice, steady stream, steady pace here. They'll load them on down and get them all taken care of once more. Janzik right now still with it, still in it. Looking for an opening. Pearson, gonna see him try to make that move there, and this time Pearson was waiting for it. But Janzik makes a much smoother run off that. Will he have the momentum out of this next turn here? He's going to try to get him in this next couple turns. I bet you he's going to try to tighten it up a little bit more. Pearson is starting to get really loose off those exits. He's not kicking it in as nearly as hard as I think he wants to here, and that's definitely hurting him. This Texas road course here is just an absolute clink to watching. A battle to say the least. Janzik gets the opening from Pearson. Pearson loses it in the turn. Might have overdone the turns a little bit, and that tire seems to be going away pretty badly. Harris right now is right there with him, looking for an opening once again. 18 minutes left on the clock. Time's running out. Yeah, this literally just reminds me so much of when we were back with Split Decisions Racing League, where you had the triple threat time limit there. And here, well, it's kind of the same thing, but the difference is that cautions aren't called just by when you want to. They have to be called by the stage break, and the stage break already came in earlier. So now it's just all about trying to pace yourself to try to keep it going here. Sheldon Pearson is the hard charger of the night, currently in first place again. Wait, what did he get first place again? He just continues to switch around when I'm not looking. And the Mullet Man, Robert Lawrence, going to go to work here on Thacker here, but there is a bigger battle right up front. Once more, the Marauder and Janzik and Pearson at it. Harris looking for an opening there on Sheldon. James trying to give him a little battle or two here. Janzik on the rear end, cups of it. Pearson looking for an opening, looking for a chance, looking for a possible way of getting around it. Running them way back down around once more again. They go. Harris not quite able to get a run off that, but Pearson overdrove the turn. He loses it. He spins it completely around, and he can't. It's not time to do donuts yet, man. You haven't won the race. Well, Bumbash, that one, he just completely overshadows it, loses it in the turn, and he had nowhere to go there whatsoever, and I am absolutely stunned. And now here comes Janzik making the move, making the round. This is just hard racing at its baddest and its messiest, but they're doing whatever they have to try to survive. Janzik and Harris side by side into turn 3 they go. This is the road course racing everyone told me to watch out for and expect. This is great stuff. I'm telling you, I love this. Oh, Janzik loses it, and he tags Harris. He tagged him. There's an opening for the lead. Here comes the Mullet Man. Now he gets it. The Mullet Man makes the pass from 2 of them. Thacker and Clegg moving up. Unbelievable. What a turn there by Jantic. He ends up just losing it, and Harris just gives him a full-on send-off. Wow. Oh my. I don't even know how to call that. Oh, man. Robert Lawrence now moving it through the field out of that 90-degree angle. He brings it back down that back stretch to the turn 3 territory. He'll have a full run off of here as he gets a nice position in. Sean, the attacker, is back on him, though. I can't even figure out who's going to win this one, much less call who's even going to have a close of a chance to take this win. Jason Taylor is now your new hard charger of the night. He's up 11 spots. We're on board with him. You want to talk about a lot of tools and equipment to work around? Just look at all this crazy stuff he's got in here, man. He's got a lot of tools to work with. And this right here is what they're dealing with in that turn alone. That is how tight they have to hammer it in and keep it going. Stephen Clegg looking for a possible opportunity to take this one away from the boys here. But John, the attacker, Colin Lives Matter, trying to possibly put it to victory lane. He hasn't done it in so long. I think he's ever been in victory lane here. He's racing smart. Very good strategy here. The Mullet Man down that turns now, firing back on all cylinders, making a good run or two for it. Thacker looking for an opportunity once again here at the Diamondback now. Looks like he's going to intervene a bit. I'll be honest with you, this is getting very exciting. What we're going to see at Watkins Glen tomorrow night in those Cup Series, and hopefully on Facebook Live, as long as Facebook doesn't screw us over there. But hey, I mean, YouTube Live is doing pretty good, and honestly, it seems like the fans enjoy it. So we'll take that any day of the week. So back in right now, Stephen Clegg dealing with the Diamondback. Jonathan Diamond right now trying to hang with him, trying to hang tough. He's had a bit of a battle all day long, had some troubles here and there, but it seems like these guys have kind of got things figured out and kind of dialed back in, but the damage on the Diamondback is definitely on the right side there. You can see it is hurting him just a slight bit. Rolling their way through the field now. Stephen Clegg trying to keep up the momentum, keep the pace in there as well. He's not out of it yet, but we still got a lot of laps to go with 13 minutes left on the clock. Run them down the field, down the track we go. You can see the distance the Mullet Man and Thacker have between each other. That's a second and a half gap. Or excuse me, a half a second gap here between Thacker and Lawrence, but about a second and a half here between Diamondback and Lawrence. That's how close top 4 is. And it may not seem like a lot there, folks, but trust me when I say that's more than you realize. I mean, it may not seem, that seems like a lot, but it really is not actually with these guys. Here's what I meant to say here. And speaking of what I mean to say as well now is Sheldon Pearson looking for a little bit of revenge on himself and also Harris for that little spin around he had here in turn 3. Gonna try to get a nice little pickup of position there, get a little charge off it. Harris fighting back, man. He's not giving up just yet, but he's so far behind the Mullet Man, who's got a full clean car on that thing. Thacker just being very conservative. I had to open my big fat mouth. Here comes the Thacker camp. Jacker just ram it in there hard, and the Mullet Man saw him coming, but he is just wheeling that thing around. Thacker had an opening there to take possibly the race lead away. He just couldn't quite get it. You see the tread marks around here, man. This track is just tore up beyond belief. Holy smokes. If you're new to the show here, and you also, if you haven't already, well, on our YouTube, we do. If we have something go wrong on Facebook, we go here immediately. So if you'd like to, like and follow us up and subscribe here to YouTube to get all the action and catch it when it goes live. And also be sure to follow us up on Facebook as well. Catch that action as it comes down around. We have ourselves for a while here, the first time in the stage here, we have ourselves a new leader. John Thacker is going to be the man taking the race lead over. But how long will that be? Because the Mullet Man is looking for him. He's coming in quickly. Boy, just listen to that power that's coming off those turns. He is just jamming that thing around. This thing's low in turns and dynamic as well. And now it looks like it's going to be even more of a shift in trade here. Thacker overdrove it there once more. Stephen Clegg moves in now. We have a new leader with the Mullet Man intervening. Robert Lawrence with a beautiful pass and a half here, but he overdrives out a little bit, and that gives Thacker some chances here. These guys are just giving them breathing rooms every which way to Sunday. I know they're driving them hard and driving them quickly, but good Lord Almighty. They are just absolutely on their game and on their toes, trying just to survive this one if they can. Back to the onboard here with Jason, and you can just see here how much he's trying to keep that car distance in a nice and steady position. Look at this though, right in front of him. Oh my, this could get ugly, folks. Who's going to survive this turn right here? Thacker gets him in it, inside line. Robert gets in a little bit too. Diamond right there on the inside. Both drivers nice and stable back in. Now the Diamondback, oh, he slams the brakes, making sure he doesn't take them out. Clay gets a tag and a half off him, though they're managing to keep it clean. Holy smokes, this is some tremendous racing, but it can't be said for Jason Taylor as he loses it down into the S turns there. Under 10 minutes left now. We're running out of time. Who's going to take this one home and finish it out? Thacker trying to survive, trying to take it with it. Lawrence, though, looking for any opening, any chance to possibly take it from him. They'll venture back off into the run here, and it looks like the old Thacker camp goes straight to the bottom. I'm not sure what his strategy is if he just go to pit road. It looks like he used that bottom line all the way to his advantage there. That's an interesting strategy there. The Mullet Man now down that front straightaway here as they lead it off this field and a base facility. Beautiful looking facility, obviously, but I mean, I will say, I'm not going to lie, this road course is a lot more fun to watch than some of the oval style races. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm being dead honest with you. Thacker right back in it. Can't quite get it. Lawrence hangs on, just barely, though. Oh, man. You can see how tight he's taking these turns, how hard he's running them in. And, you know, these IROC Series cars are just, they're flat out incredible to watch right now on these road courses. I am impressed, to say the least here. And I think we do have a few more on the list here for road course wise, and I think Watkins Glen is one of them on the list. Can't say for certain there. Let's go ahead. I'm going to take a look at the schedule here because I think it is one of the tracks on the list. We'll be at Michigan next time, and then Pocono after that. Yeah, we will be at Watkins Glen. That will be on May 10th here, so that's going to be an interesting one to watch, and I cannot wait to see it. Rolling him through, Stephen Clegg falling back 1-2 positions here from where he was at a minute ago. Jonathan the Diamondback and Craig Zanzik now firing back, and the only problem here for the camp here at Thacker and Lawrence is the fact that these two keep fighting each other. They're just giving more chances, possibly have Janzik intervene and back in this. Now Lawrence trying to stay with it. Thacker right there in the corner holds on, but now Lawrence has to make a move, has to make a decision. Will he try to get a bit more grip there and try to make a charge down in that turn here? Janzik's back in it. 7 minutes left on the clock. You gotta be kidding me. This kid just literally crashed in earlier. Now he's literally back at the run here. This is incredible for him, to say the least. Right in the Mullet Man. Beautiful pass there right around Thacker. Not able to hold him off. They lead back in. Now Diamond has company. Here comes Janzik inside line. Janzik, man, he just perfected that turn. He made that look stupid easy. Running down the field here, the Mullet Man is trying desperately to get his first win in the IROC Series out of the way here on the show. Trying to get the bronze machine 34 true value up into the graphs here, but the Thacker camp is trying to get the old Big Blue up to the winner's circle as well. Two drivers that want to win so badly and get on to victory lane from PTM Racing TV. They want it so much. They're going to give it everything they have to. Janzik and Jonathan Diamond are still at it here a little bit. Looks like Janzik and Diamond are going to fall back just a little bit when it comes to how they're running, how they're handling. Just under 6 minutes left on the clock now. Absolutely incredible, man. Absolutely incredible. This battle right here between these drivers. No one is giving an inch. No one giving anything up. They just continue to cross over and slide around. I've given up on trying to even call who's where and who's what at this point. It's impossible. You can't do it. They just are going to switch around you quicker than you know it. Now Janzik looking for a little bit of a push to get back up there. Jonathan Diamond trying to stay ahead of him. Working their way around. I will say this, I'm interested to see what will happen when they get to the Charlotte Roval around here. This place has been incredible to watch as it is. Charlotte Roval, oh man, that's going to be some here. Trouble there for Garth Snyder though. Once again, he comes to a sudden halt, crashes it in, and that is the problem right behind it because here come the race leaders. That could be a factor here. Oh, there's a major factor though because Stacker just completely loses it. Turn 3 wide there on the stretch. Janzik gets the double. Daily double for Janzik now. He makes a beautiful pass. Once again, gets it around. Now the Mullen Man's all alone. He's got to deal with Janzik if he catches him. Under 5 minutes left. Janzik is looking to take this one away. The Mullen Man is in big, big trouble. He's got that Zanny fam right behind him. Yeah, we all know how hard that Zanny fam runs around here when he gets it dialed in. Garth Snyder going way up high, having to stay out of the way of these drivers here. The Marauder, James Harris, despite the fact he's got so much damage on that rear end, somehow still the spoiler's still working okay for him. Did the leaders burn up too quickly and burn their tires in too much, I wonder. It'll be interesting to see, but Thacker right now giving a big push and a half there to James Harris. Harris trying to desperately stay in it, trying to keep himself a fight or two. As Stephen Clegg and John Thacker fall back behind, right behind as well here. Clegg, oh, Harris getting a bump and a tag here. Pearson sneaks past Thacker, and once again now Pearson going for Harris. Sheldon wants to win this one more than anything. He told us earlier he's been trying to get to victory lane for quite some time. He has yet to do it, but back up front now, look at this. The Mullen Man and Janzik will connect and fight it out. Lawrence doesn't have enough going for him. Janzik takes it over, but here comes Jonathan Diamond. The inside line. Janzik's in trouble. What a turn by Jonathan. Wow. Lawrence loses it there. Janzik had nothing for Diamond. He just perfected that one like it was nothing. Unreal. Oh, there's trouble right behind him there. Thacker and Sheldon and Harris have crashed in. Ball drivers caught in that one. Quickly to the PTM Instant Replay we go. We got to take a look at this one. Here's what happened. Lawrence backs off, loses momentum. Everybody's in a sidewind. Thacker gets tagged in from Thacker tags Pearson, I should say, and that brings in a major wrecking spotting spree here for him. Back up to the front. We're running low on time. We've got 2 minutes left. Janzik's desperation attempt to the outside line. Jonathan Diamond trying to stay with it. Diamond is doing everything he's got. Firing on all cylinders. Putting every little pounce of pedal to the metal action at its fullest. This is road course racing at its best. It may just be the best road course race I think I've ever seen on any track, much less Texas Motor Speedway of all things. This is incredible. Diamond trying to hold on the turns, trying to hold out the corners. Now remember, when they do get to the end of the time zone, they'll have a green-white checker there at that point. They have to finish. So that means Janzik is waiting for opportunity to strike. They'll have one more lap at least before they get to that. 1 minute and 30 seconds left on the clock now. Janzik is desperation time for him. What will he do? You know, what can he do at this point? The Mullen Man, Robert Lawrence, is literally about a second behind Janzik in the second half, away from Jonathan Diamond here. Thacker here, I gotta believe, is a little bit miffed about that little damage he took there from Pearson. Really had nothing going for him here. Now Harris looking to try to get back to top 5 contendership here. 10 territory in. Right back around they go here. Turn 3. Janzik takes back it over from Diamond here though. There's damage on that rear end. The spoiler of Janzik, I think that's what's hurting him so much in those turns, but there is damage on Diamond as well. But as I say that, Jonathan loses all that momentum he had there in the corner. And now down the straightaways here. Diamond's going to try pull one more big move. Outside looking in. Janzik just opens the door completely again and just gives every opportunity for the Diamondback to give him something. Now they'll have to break pretty quickly here. Get this one settled down. Nicely done. 20 seconds left on the clock. They're going to get one more lap at least. Does Diamond have enough time? That's the question. They're going to have one more lap now. 5 seconds when they came across the stripes. They have to get this last lap in. This will be interesting to see. Everybody in full-on panic mode, attack zone, if you will. Nobody wants to give an inch. Nobody wants to make a mistake. This is lap 38 right now. Currently, as you see, the mullet man, Robert Lawrence, intervened. Diamond with a crossover of Janzik once more. Janzik in there to win it. Diamond wants his win. Lawrence wants a win as well. These two have never been to victory lane. Lawrence has got a victory lane, I should say, but Diamond does not. Jonathan trying one more time. Tight corner. Janzik takes it wide. Lawrence right there with them. Tight corner there from Diamond, though. Hangs in there. Now Janzik full throttle assaults inside line, but can't get enough time around it. Diamond has to get on the brake quickly here. Get back on the throttle quickly. They're back down to the spot. Oh my, it's a drag race now to the end, folks. They're down in the apron area. You're not supposed to be down there. They don't care. Janzik's going to try to make the move side by side. They're going to come to a drag race to the finish line. And oh my God, by some miracle, Jonathan Diamond did it! He did it! He did it! Are you kidding me? That was a photo finish if I ever saw one. There was literally an inch in between them. But Jonathan Diamond is going to victory lane. Unbelievable. I am stunned. My Lord Almighty, I don't know how. How on earth did Diamond hold him off long enough to get this one? Unbelievable. Somehow, some way, he's taking it to victory lane. No, I don't even want to know anything else. We'll go take a look at the race results in a second. Producers, get down there and show me how on earth Jonathan came away with this one. We need a photo finish marker on this one, man. This is insane. Here is the full replay in all of its glory. Watch this. This is how close these two were to the end. Watch this finish. Right to the finish. They touched. That is literally the Darlington Raceway. Kramer and literally that was a Kramer and Busch finish right there. If I ever saw one, I'm stunned. I don't know how you finish that way. How? How were they able to do that and hold on like that? One more time. Let's look at this one more time, and then we'll talk with our top three. I mean, what a way, though, to finally put yourself into victory lane, but good Lord Almighty, watch this. Diamond puts it right there with them, and somehow, some way, he got the victory. Unbelievable. What a finish to a night full of surprises and full of craziness. We're taking it down to talk with the top three right now. Your road course winner, though, is heading to victory lane. So now we're down here in the pits real quick to have a word with our drivers. Let's go ahead and have a word here with the mullet man himself, Robert Lawrence. And Robert, first off, congratulations on a third place finish here. And I don't think I've ever seen a finish as crazy as that one you might have seen in front of you, dude.
Oh, it was nuts. We were jockeying back and forth that last lap. We were all hoping each other would overshoot it. 2 laps before that, Craig and I were debating on, no, you go, no, you go, no, you go on the S's in the back. Oh, it was so much fun.
That was insane, man. I've seen some crazy races before on road courses, but never have I ever seen a race like this. This thing had it all and then some. I just couldn't believe it. This was incredible racing to say the least here, man.
Thanks. I'm glad. I hope everyone watching enjoys as much as we did driving it. It was nuts. Everyone was laughing, having a ball. There was no bad blood anywhere. It was a joy.
It was a joy indeed, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm asking you right now, man, who you want to thank you for this top 3 finishes. We're live here on YouTube.
Oh, I want to thank. I'm just speechless. I want to thank Kevin Kuchar for helping us out with this. I want to thank Stephen Clegg for being the head admin of all this. I want to thank, I believe, Champion, Green Mountain Grills, and everyone, Blaster, and everyone else involved that is at least part ways involved. I'm just glad I'm part of this. I'm blessed to be a part of it.
You are indeed. Robert, thank you for your time, man. Congratulations on a 3rd place finish.
Yep, thank you. Have a good night, Chris.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, the mullet man himself, Robert Lawrence, coming away with a 3rd place finish. And I honestly, I'm actually, you know what? Before we even let's bring him in. But real quick, I want to double check some and figure out how close this finish was, because by our calculations, it says 0.00, the time between Jantic and Diamond, of all things, to the 2nd place finish. What a finish! Wow.
What even in the world are these cars? I mean, this is this. I don't think I've had more fun on iRacing, Chris. You know, I've won some pretty big stuff and had, you know, a lot of accolades to go for it. This was the best 50 minutes of iRacing that you can ever. And there's some reactions from the background. Sorry about I'll pay your broadcasting costs for that.
That's like a $5 fee for that one.
Chris, what an amazing time. Congrats to Diamond. I mean, we're still actually looking at it. It really looks like we crossed the line at the exact same time. And it's just I'm speechless, man. That was so much fun.
I mean, well, what else is there even to say, man? You guys literally coming out of that final turns, you were dead neck with each other, fighting each other off, and then literally even close. I think it was even closer than the Creamer and Bush race back at Darlington all those years ago. That was just kind of been one of the most insane finishes I've seen in some time. And Janzik, I mean, I know you're coming away with 2nd, but obviously no disappointment here. But I gotta ask you, man, who the hell are you gonna thank for this one?
I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Diamond. I mean, he could have just slammed me and walked away with this. I had no rear tires. That's why I had so many struggles this whole run. I don't know what I did wrong or differently, but I mean, I did light him up twice, but that's all right. You know, got to thank all you guys at PTM for your bottomless efforts. Make these things so much fun, and we'll talk about this finish for a long time. That's for damn sure. I'm still off. I'm off track of your question. Thanks to the whole Zany fam, and thanks to Eli and Clegg for putting this on. And holy crap, we turned right, didn't we?
Yeah, you turned right, and probably had one of the greatest races I think PTM Racing TV has ever shown. And of all things, it comes on YouTube Live, of all things. But don't worry, we're putting this on Facebook immediately. They will want to watch this one, so don't worry, we got you guys covered. But nevertheless, Janzik, congratulations, though, on a 2nd place finish, and what an ending, man.
What an ending. No disappointments here. Thanks, man. I hope you have a good night.
You too, bud. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2nd place finish here tonight, the Zanny fam himself, Craig Janzik, as we now bring in the guy that, well, I don't even know what else we're going to say, but ladies and gentlemen, he's now joining me here in the booth right now. It is Jonathan, the Diamondback Diamond, and Jonathan, I literally am speechless, man. You go back and watch that replay. We were calling everything from the end. You and Janzik off that line in those turns were dead even and neck with each other. And even though it says on our results here that you had him by 1,000th of a second, I have to think that was literally a 10,000th of a second you got. That was gnarly and insane. Like,
I mean, I don't even think I won, to be honest.
Yeah, no, you won it. It was yours, man. You won it. So, I mean, the results say 0.000, so I think it was a 10,000 you got him by. But, I mean, we're looking at that finish right now on our end, and we just, that's just insane. What the heck were you thinking when Jansen came right up on you, man? That is nuts.
Oh, man, that whole last lap was just, don't even remember most of it, except for that final turn coming back onto the track. Then I didn't get the best start. I tried to take it all the way down to the apron just to throw him off a little bit, and then he came back up, and I thought he had me the whole time. Like, I just thought he got too much of a run.
For sure there, but I mean, you did have enough of a shot, enough of a game plan there, and it worked out in the end for you. And I mean, at the end of the day, you are walking away the winner. I don't know about what of a miracle you did, but hey, you did it indeed, and you got to it. So, man, I gotta ask you, Jonathan, who the heck you want to thank you for this one?
I just got to thank Clegg, James, and all the people that set up this thing with Blackstone Management and all of them. This was probably my most fun race we've ever done in these cars.
I was about to say, this had been one of the best races we've seen on a long time and on the show, as we mentioned to Jantic. And I'll be honest with you, I've seen a lot of road course races. This was by far the best I've ever seen. So congratulations, Diamond, and what a way to finally pull off the first victory of your career, man.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan the Diamondback Diamond wins it all. And iRacing, seriously, somebody go and put this on iRacing's top 10. You can't tell me this doesn't deserve to go there, for God's sake, man. Unreal. What a finish. We're taking a look at the results for the finish here tonight. Like we said, Diamondback literally by a 10,000th of a second. 10,000th. Not 1,000. 10,000th. Literally, that was the difference between those two. And yet, Craig Zanzik coming second. Third goes to Mullen Man Robert Lawrence. Fourth goes to Stephen Clegg. Fifth goes to James Marauder Harris. Sixth to John the Attacker Cone Lines Matter Thacker. Seventh to Dan the Man Starner. Eighth to Jason Taylor. Ninth goes to George Young. 10th to Sheldon Pearson. 11th to Richard Fornshell. 12th goes to William Mann Jr. The man beats himself. 13th going to Garth Snyder. 14th to Lyle the Wild Childs. 15th to Russ the Fullbore Kilgore. 16th to Kevin Kersher. And finally Joshua Caudill finishing 17th to round out the field. And to end our broadcast here with YouTube tonight, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an honor, and what a privilege. And yes, we are putting this on Facebook for those that have missed it. We did share a stream there, so hope you catch it there. But folks, this was an absolute clinic, to say it nicely. What a race, what a night, unbelievable. I don't think there's anything else I can say. This was just an incredible day. But nevertheless, folks, that's going to wrap it up here with you for PTM Racing TV. Thank you again for all of us here that have tuned on in. Thank you everyone that tuned on to the show. And the next time we see you, it will be at Watkins Glen tomorrow night with the Fast and Fun Champion Power Equipment Series. Be sure to catch it live here on the show. But for now, be safe. God bless. Take care.